best neck bones I've ever eaten were made by my mother. First, she fries them a little bit. She'll fry the neck bones, then she'll put them into the gravy, and she'll let them simmer for hours in there. And the flavor of the gravy and the neck bones is what makes a great sauce. It's the flavor that makes the gravy what it is with neck bones.
Do I make neck bones? No, I do cook a lot. I may cook a lot more than Tommy, you know. But anyway, I do a lot of cooking, but I don't make the neck bones, and I don't make the gravy at home. It's one. I mean, I'll make a vodka sauce. I'll make a puttanesca. But my wife and her Sunday, that's her sacred dish. So we don't mess around with that.
Pork neck bones would be considered more of the acquired taste on a menu. So you're not going to necessarily see it on restaurant menus. They might be on for specials, things like that. But yeah, neck bones are not really desirable for the restaurant.
Okay, here's the neck. The head is right up here, and this is the bony part of it. And up the other side is the meaty part of it. In the beginning, when the immigrants came over, it was the most affordable piece of meat that they can buy. So, more poor people, they used to buy it. And then a lot of people, they tasted and they liked it. And then it became more popular.
I've been in this business, restaurant business, for 25 years, between Germany, Spain, and Italy. I'm from Calabria, and I come here in America just 8 years ago. The name for the restaurant is Nuovo Italia Restaurant. The neck bone is a tradition for the poor people, and they remind when they come over here in America and they was poor, you know, and they used to eat neck bone almost every day. By us in Calabria, we cook neck bone is more hot, more spicy. But here we cook without, so it's not hot. Tonight we have a party they call neck bone party, but we have like 100-pound fried calamari. We have a 200-pound tuna salad with red onions and tomato. We have a string beans, like 100 pound. Then we have a 25 pizza, Italian pizza, a very thin pizza, wood oven pizza. And after we have a 400-pound neck bone and 30-pound and pasta called bucatini with the same gravy for the neck bone.
My name's Frank Judas. I live in Oak Brook, Illinois. I grew up on the west side of Chicago, on Crawford Avenue. Great neighborhood, grocery stores, little butcher shops. And I remember growing up, I'd go to the butcher store with my mother. They used to give you the neck bones. What we grew up on now, it's just starting to catch on again. And tonight is our annual neck bone party. We started about 18, 19 years ago. First ones that were at, there was 3 of us. I think it was myself, Sam Scott, Jerry Saviano. Went out for neck bones. Then all of a sudden, a couple of months later, we would talk to some other friends. Paul Paletti, Jerry Marchese, tell them about the neck bones. And it grew from 3 to 5 to 8, and tonight we're having 80 people. Most of our friends and most of the people that are coming here tonight, they never forget where they came from. Coming from a poor neighborhood and struggling for everything that you strive for in life, nothing was easy, nothing at all. Education was, if you graduated from high school, fine. If not, very few went on to college. In my era, the only ones that really went to college were the ones that wanted to beat the draft during Vietnam. That's why tonight is so special. Nobody forgot where they came from.
Franco Cola Di Pietro. I am a partner with the law firm of Mari and Locallo, and I'm also a state representative for the 45th District here in DuPage County. I think that the neck bones is It reminds us of family, and I think it reminds us of our childhood. My mom's neck bones it was in Zugo, so everything was put into the pot. The neck bones, the sausage, the pork, the veal. I suppose anything that she could get at the store at the time that was probably on sale or was a good deal went into the sauce, and that's where the neck bones went, and that's the way that she made them. And I'm sure that, like most of the guys in the room, we all grew up in these Italian enclaves and had extended Italian families. And like I said before, food was an integral part of everything that we did. And I don't know if it's bad or good, but times are different now, and we don't have those types of get-togethers, I think, as much as we used to have. We're here tonight so that we can eat and celebrate with our friends. Just like many other Italian families, food is a central theme of every celebration and every get-together that you have. And so I'm sure that from the time I was as high as a foot, I could probably have neck bones and had them at the table.
Neck bones, for me, was a family experience. It was always a special occasion, and when we did have neck bones, we were often gathered by friends and family members, and which was quite often. And perhaps because at the time it was an inexpensive meal, yet hearty meal, and now it's not quite so inexpensive, and it has become rarer with time. So our ability to be together and join in, it's not just a neck bone, it's the festivity, the camaraderie that goes along, and the family that goes along with it.
Jerry Saviano. I grew up on the Taylor Street area, Laughton, Lexington. A tough neighborhood, real tough neighborhood. I believe that when people came from Italy, they went there, then they moved out to the suburbs. Everyone passed through Taylor Street, and we know that. A lot of people know that. It was some of the best years of my life. I can always remember having neck bones. My mother always made neck bones. It just added flavor to the gravy, and especially we ate neck bones. I would say maybe 3 times a month, especially on Sunday, and then we would have it left over for Wednesday. And that was, my wife does the same thing. I mean, she still cooks neck bones, my wife. And her mother cooked them, my mother cooked them, and that was, it was very, very inexpensive. They used to give them away. I lived next door to a grocery store, and they used to give it to us for nothing. And big families, and it was a thing to do.
My name is Paul Paletti. I'm currently living in Carroll Stream, Illinois. I grew up in the city, Chicago, the Austin district. And growing up in the city is a little different than today because we had a corner. Today they have a mall. I was fortunate to be invited to one of the first ones. Frank Judas and I go back to our grammar school days. We did not go to the same school, but we hung out on the corner. And Frank is I guess the architect of this dinner. And there was like 6 or 7 of us at the first time. And I guess it's about 12, 13 years ago. Might be even longer. And then it's just grown to where we look forward to this evening. The people that come usually are the same ones that come every year, and it's grown. It's grown from the 13 to what we're at now. Again, talking about camaraderie, family. When you come to this event, and I guess that Joe comes in from New York. It just means how important it is. If he has an opportunity to make it in town, he's going to come into town to do it. And there's about 15 of us that meet once a month anyway for dinner. We have another dinner club. And it's just being able to see everybody again and again. We're not getting any younger, we're getting older, and it's happy to see people are still here, that we can enjoy the breaking of the bread with everyone, and a glass of wine, and some laughs. We talk about the grandkids. And it's just some business, but most of the time it's just talking about the fun that it is to be here.
My name is Tom Rebeletti, and I'm from Bloomingdale, Illinois. Tonight is really, I thought about it coming here. It's amazing how something like neck bones, a very inexpensive food, brings back so many memories to families and people. I mean, I grew up on neck bones because it was a very inexpensive meal with pasta. But this started out, I don't remember exactly how many years ago we started this, but it's grown out to be 50, 60, 70 people showing up, and it's more of the friendship and the memories that it brings, and it just grown into almost a traditional affair that we have here. But it's amazing, a neck bone, $1.49 a pound item is bringing together all these people to share stories and just a lot of memories back to the old days when you were growing up.
Oh, they deliver over here, Chicago game. Then we cut pieces and we start to cook. We put some onions, olive oil, onions. We put the meat, we season with salt, peppers, leaves, red wine.
Well, what we do tonight is, there's 3 or 4 of us that'll scan the whole room. And we'll look at the person that does the best job eating the neck bones the proper way, with your 2 hands. That's the proper way. It's to grab the neck bones and just gnaw on them. Take all the meat off of them. Does he pick them clean? How many he could eat? Then he gets first prize. He gets a ribbon.
Watching the guy next to you eating 40 neck bones. How does he do that? How is he that that adept at getting all that little meat out of it? You know, that's part of the fun of it.
Usually pick a winner. Me and Jerry decide that it's a 3-way tie. Whoa! Couldn't do it. We've got Frank Baccaro, John Scandura, and Carl the 8 Parmadian.
Non-Italians cannot win. Oh, Carl cannot win. Non-Italian. You have to be Italian to win. You're out of here, Carl.
Why is this important? I did not expect for this to get emotional. So, I have an answer, but I won't be able to have the strength to come out with it.
This dinner is important because you've got all your good friends coming out for a night out. Good food, good wine, and a lot of laughs. That's what life is about. In this stressful world that we're in today, any avenue that we could get out and enjoy ourselves, this is what we're going to do.